On August 11th, 2014, at approximately 11:55 a.m., Marin County Communications received a 911 telephone call reporting that a male adult had been located unconscious and not breathing inside his residence. The sheriff's office, as well as representatives of the Tiburon Fire Department and Southern Marin Fire Protection District, were dispatched to the incident with emergency personnel arriving on scene at 12 p.m. The male subject, who was pronounced deceased by firefighters from the Tiburon Fire Department at 12:02 p.m., has been identified as Robin McLaurin Williams, a 63-year-old resident of unincorporated Tiburon, California.
There will never be another Robin Williams, a comic genius with electric energy.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Known for lighting up the room the second he walked in. But comedy doesn't always tell the whole story. These are the moments that show how truly special he was.
But I come here for you, because I believe you're amazing. It's good to be in a room with fake beer. Having just gotten out of rehab, that's a good choice. Because I was violating my standards quicker than I could lower them. But, I'm not going to forget that. I've never had an entire audience just go, "Forget you!" Can someone tell me what that was?
The flag was going down.
Oh, the flag was going down. Okay. So the flag's coming down. Okay, good, because that's pretty weird in the middle of your act to have everyone just go. That's just like, wow! It's like in the middle of sex to go, bye-bye. It's been fun.
What many people don't realize is that large U.S. bases in places like Kuwait or Bahrain aren't strictly combat zones. They function more like small American towns, complete with schools and family services. That's why you'd often see kids in the audience during Robin's military visits, brief moments where those communities could feel a little closer to home.
Is she okay? No, it's okay. She can stay. There's other kids here. Don't make her go. She's going,
I want to see the hairy man be funny.
She thinks I'm Peter Pan? In many ways I am. Thank you. I'll never be filthy again. She thinks I'm Peter Pan. Hello, if you believe. She's just sitting there looking at me like,
He's not that hairy in the middle.
yes, I am hairy. Look at this. Real men are fur. I've actually been hit on by monkeys, you know that.
The problem with alcohol wasn't really a problem. Everybody had it, but it was the idea.
You were.
I was an alcohol, a drunk.
You were a drunk. Now, do you think you've beaten it?
No, Larry. It's always there. You've beaten it. Yeah, I kicked it.
No,
I'm fine. No, the idea is that you always have a little bit of fear, like you have to just keep at it.
As devastating as Robin Williams' passing was for audiences, it hit just as hard for the actors, musicians, and hosts who had known him for decades. This moment captures how his sudden rise through Hollywood looked through the eyes of David Letterman.
I knew Robin Williams for 38 years. 38 years, which in and of itself is crazy how time... And I met him at the Comedy Store. He and I were kids, along with myself and Jay Leno and Tom Dreesen and Tim Thomerson and Johnny Dark and Elaine Boosler and on and Jimmy Walker, and we were all out there at the Comedy Store, and we wanted to make people laugh. We wanted to get on the Tonight Show. We wanted something because we all felt that we were funny, and we would, in those days we were working for free drinks. Some were working for more free drinks than others. But we were at the Comedy Store, and they introduced Robin Williams, and for some reason in the beginning he was introduced as being from Scotland. They said he was Scottish.
I see.
So now we're stumped. We don't know. There's a Scottish guy really coming to the United States. So we're feeling pretty smug about our position right away because it's going to be haggis and that kind of crap. And so we're relaxed. We're ready to go. And all of a sudden he comes up on stage, and you know what it is. It's like nothing we had ever seen before, nothing we had ever imagined before. We go home at night and are writing our little jokes about stuff, and this guy comes in, and we're like, you know, like morning dew. He comes in like a hurricane.
Yeah.
And now, the longer he's on stage, the worse we feel about ourselves. And because it's not stopping.
Yeah. Doesn't stop.
And then he finishes, and I thought, oh, that's it. They're going to have to put an end to show business because what can happen after this? And then we get to see this night after night after night, and we didn't approach him because we were afraid of him. Honest to God, you thought, holy crap, there goes my chance at show business because of this guy from Scotland. And then, like shot out of a cannon, he goes and he's on the Happy Days show.
Yeah.
And then from the Happy Days show, he gets to be on Mork and Mindy. Now there's some structure to his life. He's not at the Comedy Store every night because he's got an actual job. So the rest of us can pretend that it never happened.
This is unusual and upsetting, but we got some news during the show that that Robin Williams has passed away. And I'm sorry to anyone in our studio audience that I'm breaking this news. This is absolutely shocking and horrifying and so upsetting on every level. We're at the end of the show, and it just felt like we needed to just acknowledge. Obviously, we don't know much yet. We know that this has happened, and we're absolutely stunned to get this news. And I know that everybody here, we've all worked with Robin over the years.
Yeah. And he was an amazingly kind and generous person, and it's got to be a terrible time for his family, and our thoughts go out to them.
Robin Williams then went on to win the Oscar for Best Supporting Role that day, and it was one of the few times we ever saw him lost for words.
And the Oscar goes to Robin Williams in Good Will Hunting.
This might be the one time I'm speechless. Oh, thank you, Ben and Matt. I still want to see some ID. I want to thank the cast and crew, especially the people of South Boston. You're a can of corn. You're the best. I want to thank the Mashpuka Weinstein, Mazel Tov. And I want to thank Marcia for being the woman who lights my soul on fire every morning. God bless you. And most of all, I want to thank my father up there, the man who, when I said I wanted to be an actor, he said, wonderful, just have a backup profession like welding. Thank you. God bless you.
Someone proposed to us, an artist, to do a bronze statue of Robin and permanently put it there.
Oh,
and the idea being that if you feel alone, or you can go sit next to him.
Oh, that's nice.
Which I think is the coolest idea. It would be like the most beautiful installation and like such a tribute to that guy who I think would have loved that, you know. So anyway, I just heard about this like a month ago. But
I just got chills. Like,
I know, me too. When I heard about it, I really hope it comes to pass. I hope they let this artist do it because it would be pretty cool.
But Robin Williams wasn't only loved by humans. Coco was a gorilla known for communicating through sign language, an animal so intelligent, her caretakers even gave her a kitten as an emotional companion. She was famous for her playful energy, but when the kitten escaped and was killed in an accident, her mood shifted immediately. For months, Coco remained in grief, showing signs of depression that deeply concerned those around her. Then one man entered the sanctuary, and everything changed.
Tickle. Tickle. She wants you to tickle her. Yep, that would be good. Or in the thighs. She likes that. Tickle. You tickle. Tickle. You like them. Now you don't pinch. Sweetheart. Picking pockets. She's picking your pocket. Sweetie, we're not going to run off. Just watch your movie. Maybe she knows you're funny. And that's it. Do you remember this? That's right.
There is only one animal who can tell you if she is happy and wants to mate. That is Coco, the silverback gorilla. And she saw me, the blue-eyed simian. She was intrigued. She said to her trainer, and I went, what does that mean? She wants you to tickle her. Okay, I tickle her. She's, oh, oh, oh. Okay, then she goes, what does that mean? She wants you to lift your shirt. I lift my shirt. She reaches out and grabs both my nipples. And when an 800-pound gorilla's got you by the tits, you listen. And then a fun thing happened because my balls went, somebody wants to play. Shall we go to phase 2? No, do not go to phase 2. I repeat, do not go to liftoff. This may feel like a human, but notice the placement of the thumbs. This is not a human. Do not go to phase 2. Warning, warning. But she must have sensed something because she grabs me by the hand, starts to take me in the back, and it's like Doubtfire meets Deliverance. And I'm expecting the crocodile hunter to walk out and go, oh, crikey. She wants to fuck his brains out. Watch out, boys and girls. Danger, danger, danger. This could be like that time I put my finger in a croc's cloaca. Bad, bad news. But part of me went, could be fun.
It's safe to say Robin Williams loved being on stage more than anyone. In this interview, he takes us through what it felt like to be performing in front of so many people.
What do you feel, though, when you suddenly hear everyone here laugh, and when you're performing live and people respond to your routines, to your characterizations? Can you describe for me the feelings?
It's like an incredible drug. It is a great high. Laughter is a release. And creating it, it builds up like we had the taping last night. The show was I was so energized. I felt like it was like being just like this. I was going, and they were laughing incredibly. I was having such a great time. It was just like vibrating. I had to say, relax, wait. But it was incredible.
And Michael Phelps, he's on the box of Frosted Flakes. Then he gets caught smoking weed, and they take him off a box of Frosted Flakes. This is a failure in marketing, my friends. Listen, if you're basically having Frosted Flakes, and you're older than 10 years old, and it's after 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm gonna guess weed may be involved. And you can't tell me marijuana is a performance-enhancing drug. Fuck off. It's only a performance-enhancing drug if there's a fucking chocolate bar at the end of the pool. Then even a one-legged swimmer will go, I will beat your ass there.
One thing's for sure, Robin Williams sure knew how to make an entrance.
Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats. Here's Robin Williams. Robin.
David, this is a stage for a musical. It's the David Letterman. David Letterman. God, this is a strange place. Oh, wonderful. This is, God, look, this nice loft, man.
Donald Trump is the Wizard of Oz. He is the guy. It's a man, he plays Monopoly with real fucking buildings. This is a scary man. And he owns all these beauty pageants, Miss America, Miss Universe. Isn't that a bit like Michael Vick owning a series of pet stores? It's like, this is a man who said, my daughter is hot. Even people in Arkansas went, that's wrong. That's just way out of place. And that
Fucking hair, my God. I believe the hair is the Donald. I believe that's it. I believe the body is a maintenance system for the hair. He goes home at night going, we're home. Hey, let's get out of here now. Oh, let's do this.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck began writing Good Will Hunting at just 22 and 20 years old. Breaking through as screenwriters at that age is no small feat, and there's one person they've credited for helping make it happen.
We knew we had to get a movie star, otherwise no one was going to make the movie. So we wrote a part that would be short in duration in terms of filming, have big monologues, and be cool and would appeal to an actor.
Like, we wrote that together, and once we got it made, to have Robin sign up to do it was that's really what got us a green light. And I just have so many memories of that guy. He changed our lives, and he couldn't have been more gracious, more hardworking. The last line of that movie, he reads a letter from me, and he says,
"Son of a bitch, he stole my life."
That wasn't scripted. Robin just did that. We had scripted that he just kind of sits there and takes it in and realizes that my character's gone, and he didn't say anything. Yeah, he just was a really special guy.
Of course, there was a noticeable shift in Robin Williams' energy from his early years to his later life. This was his final interview before his passing.
That was his whole role during World War II, dealing with Montgomery, Churchill, oh my God, Patton. But he has a kind of a quiet strength too. Even capturing his voice is a very difficult thing because it's somewhat high-pitched, but at the same time, it has resonance. So it's an interesting character for me. It's not necessarily somebody you'd think that I would right off the bat be playing. A lot of people say, you could play Truman. Sure. But it's like, it was a tough job for me.
People want you to be a certain way, and sometimes you can't help but be depressed, or, just the nature of being.
How do you work through that? All performers do experience kind of depression, and I once saw a show of Steve Martin's that I thought was quite good, and he said I wasn't really feeling funny that night, but I worked my way through it.
We have autopilot. I mean, there's something in your way. There'll be certain things that you can do that will work, but for me, I love to take the chances and improvise. That's when that's the greatest high in the world, when you're trying new stuff, or getting suggestions and playing and doing new things. That's my favorite. That's the unknown, the special land.
Robin Williams' last complete film was The Angriest Man in Brooklyn. The movie stands out for one scene in particular, and only now do we look back and wonder if he was acting at all.
They say that love is pure and generous. It's not small and selfish. I wanted you at the office because I couldn't envision anything finer than having you next to me. Altman, and Altman. What a dream. What you wanted, what you dreamed, I didn't want to hear it. I was wrong. I hope you can forgive me. I pray for your happiness. Whatever swanning around you want to do, you have my love and my blessing. I'm sorry this only came clear to me now that I'm dying, but that's how life rolls out.